Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube Draft. This pack, it's got a couple things. It's got an Underworld Breach. Pretty fun card to take. They did just add another couple combos with Breach. There's the creature that when it spawns or dies, you mill 3 cards. And then like a Sacrifice Outlet, or even Umbral Call It Zealot plus Underworld Breach. So you can build this like really interesting Sacrifice Breach deck. I kind of want to try that. Well, we'll see what happens, but I'll first pick Breach just because there's more cool things to do with it. If you're not taking Breach, Skyclave is probably the like single strongest card, but I do love a Dark Confidant. Okay, we get Breach. I need to read this card again. when it enters Surveil 2, whenever one or more other creatures you control enter, if they entered or cast from a graveyard, create a token copy of them. It only triggers once, so you can't like go absolutely crazy with Underworld Breach. But you can do some fun stuff. Breach Time Warp, not really the biggest combo. Imperial Seal to grab Breach is interesting. Pyrokinesis, probably like the strongest like objective card here. If you are playing Underworld Breach, that's an option. I do just like this card. It seems pretty cool for Cube. I don't think double black is something I want to be taking too highly, but if I take this, I'm cutting black pretty well. I'll take Pyrokinesis. It's so much better here. Mind Twist. Vista's pretty nice. My beloved. My beloved friends. I don't know if today is the day for you. Prismatic Vista. Good with Breach. Good with Pyrokinesis. Keeps us open. Wasteland I like. I'm going to be so sad when both of these wheel. I genuinely think taking Hogak here is correct, but I've drafted Hogak like 11 times in a row or something, so we're doing something else. We'll take a Prismatic Vista. Not only have I drafted oh my god, we couldn't get Cradle Hogak. Not only have I drafted Hogak an ungodly amount of times, but we have unreleased videos of me drafting Hogak too that I'm trying to space out because it was just open so many times in a row. It's unbelievable. Fetchland versus Fable. That's a really tough. There's also a Quantum Riddler, which this card is good. There's also a Mana Vault. This pack's insane. Maybe I take Mana Vault. Good with Breach. All right, I'll try Mana Vault. Haven't drafted this card in a hot minute. There's the Sack Outlet we talked about. Fractured Entity is very strong. Stock Up's probably what I want here if I'm trying to do some kind of combo thing. Really, really good card draw. Storm Chaser's Talent is okay. Legion Extruder's fine. I'll just take the fixing here. There we go. Okay. I love Teferi, but Brain Freeze is nuts here. Now we just need Lion's Eye Diamond. I'm gonna be so sad when Hogak inevitably wheels. Like, I know, I'm ready for it. I know it's gonna happen. Let's take Shelldock. Shelldock's pretty good in decks like this, where you're drawing through your deck a lot. We're gonna probably want like Wheel of Fortune, Frantic Search. God, I would give so much money for a High Tide to be in this cube. This could be a VV situation. I'm not opposed. Talisman also potentially interesting, but I'm gonna give VV another chance. I've tried it out a lot. Today could be the day. We get Time Warp or Phyrexian Metamorph. There's also a Manifold Key to go with Mana Vault. If we ended up artifacts, that could do something. Time Warp, Underworld Breach isn't really a combo. I think this card is pretty minor benefit. I'm going to take Manifold Key and just kind of be open to that, like doing something. And maybe artifacts is like a direction for us to go, but we'll see. It is kind of cool to be able to like generate a ton of mana this way. Wow. We wheel Steam Vents or Coalition Relic. I think it's got to be Steam Vents. That's insane that that's the one that wheeled. Relic I know is a good artifact, but I mean you got to take the on-color duels when they show up. I missed like 2 or 3 like on-color fetches as well, so then we get, I guess, Jace. We have Brain Freeze, so I don't know if I need Jace, but I don't think I'm playing any of these other cards, so this gives us at least a plan B. Then we get a Talisman, which I don't know if I'll play or not, and a Sandstorm Salvager. Not today. Hey, and if you didn't know, I have a second channel called Caleb Gannon Gaming where I post just whatever games I feel like playing. Lately I've been playing a ton of Slay the Spire and having a lot of fun. If you don't know what Slay the Spire is, it's just a really fun deck building roguelike card game that, for me, filled the void of playing Storm. Storm isn't really supported in the Vintage Cube right now, and playing Slay the Spire gives you that same experience. I've been having a ton of fun. I just finished all the A20 Heart Climbs, which is like the hardest difficulty in the game, and now we're win streaking in that, which has been a ton of fun as well. Slay the Spire 2 is coming out in about a month and a half. I'll be posting a ton of content there. So if any of that sounds fun and you want to check it out, go subscribe to Caleb Gannon Gaming, watch the videos. Otherwise, just keep enjoying the Magic content. Okay, new pack. Flooded Strand, Retrofitter Foundry Treasure Cruise are the mains what I'm looking at. Glorybringer also really nice. I think I'm gonna take Flooded Strand. Retrofitter, we do have Manifold Key, but yeah, I'll just take the fixing here. See what happens. Oh, Hogak didn't wheel. Finally! I just realized. I don't think I saw my boy. Someone else is doing the fun stuff. I love that. Part of the reason I drafted Hogak so many times in a row in the first cube is, like, it seemed like people didn't know how to draft it. So I just was like, I'm going to put a bunch of stuff out there so people can figure out how to draft this dang card. Kappa Cannoneer. If I do go artifacts, this is pretty good. Uro is just an incredibly strong card. I don't currently have any fixing for it. Miscalc is pretty replaceable. I think Kappa Cannoneer is the strongest card here. I know there was a... I should have taken maybe the other one. Wan Chi Tong's very good. Urza's Bauble, Narset, Lotus Petal. I usually don't draft these decks, so I ignore all these cards. If I get like Wheel of Fortune or something, I'm gonna like Narset, but Lotus Petal doesn't really help with this. Baubles are good with VV. I guess I'm gonna grab Lotus Petal, Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze is kind of very important. Thundertrap Trainer, Lutri the Spell Chaser, Pentad Prism, maybe a Commercial District. I think Thundertrap Trainer. It just helps dig us towards Underworld Breach, which this deck seems to be fairly all in on breaching our opponents. Some interaction could help a lot. I don't think Artifacts is getting there, but Mana Vault's still just a good card on its own. Because you can go turn 1 Mana Vault, turn 2 Breach Brain Freeze, and just win the game turn 2. And we'll see about Kappa Cannoneer. This is the reason, in my mind, to play Artifacts. I think I don't know if it's better than Tolarian Academy, but it just wins the game so quickly. This draft is going really slowly. Most drafts don't normally take this long. I don't know if that tells us anything at all, but just commentating so you guys know. We have Consider versus Forensic Gadgeteer, or like a Xander's Lounge, but don't think we're doing that. I think I'm just gonna take the Consider. Cheap spells, good with VV, good with, like, you can surveil to the graveyard so you get Underworld Breach. Like, this deck is kind of just, can we find the Underworld Breach? Which I don't think is the best deck in terms of performance. We really want some Lightning Bolts, like something else to do with the deck. Which is why I was leaning towards Artifacts. That doesn't seem to be where I need to go, though. Okay. Time Spiral, Occult Epiphany, Misty Rainforest, Brainstorm. All very good cards. I both like and dislike Time Spiral in this deck. Number one, give me High Tide. Please give me High Tide. High Tide Time Spiral will be so sick. Without it, it's harder. Occult Epiphany is really good at digging to Brain Freeze. You can Time Spiral. I guess I don't have Narset, so that is also a point against it. Brainstorm, I currently have 2 fetches. We could also Brainstorm Shelldock is interesting. But I think I want to just Occult Epiphany. This fills my graveyard the fastest, and it still digs me through the deck a modest amount. Although Misty is also interesting, but I think Occult Epiphany is strong enough that we're just going to head that direction. Not a lot for us here. I guess we're going to take a Mind Collapse. I could also take Hollowed Fountain, but I don't think I need to go that far out. Zern Orb, it is an artifact. That is all I can say. Yeah, I'm just going to take Mind Collapse. Okay, Frantic Search. Can't really pass up on that. Yeah, Frantic Search plus Underworld Breach is just perfect. Okay, I'm not playing this, not playing this, not playing this. But the rest of the deck, I'm probably not playing the Talisman. Jace seems okay, just because you can self-mill and draw. Treasure Cruise, Glorybringer, Retrofitter Foundry could let us bring back the thing that untaps artifacts, but at this point, I have Occult Epiphany, Consider, Frantic Search. I think Treasure Cruise is where I want to be. I don't think we're retrofitting. I don't know about this talisman. Okay, we get Miscalc, or I can take Basalt Monolith or an Uro. Miscalc's kind of the worst counterspell, but it does cycle. I can take Basalt Monolith, but I don't really need that much mana. And Uro's great, but I think we'll just take the blue card. It is nice that I can cycle this. So it's good early and then great late, and it's got like rocket power style hairstyles. So that's worth something too. Zerda can go infinite mana. What are we doing with infinite colorless mana is a good question. I think we're gonna take a Bolus's Citadel. So that if I draw like a Tinker, we can get there. Commercial District opens us up. Although I could take Waterlogged Grove, just to have the ability to sack lands. Commercial District, I can't get off Flooded Strand. Trying to think what I would want green for. I think I'm just gonna have a sack land here. Frenzied Gadgeteer is pretty nice. Although I don't really have anything that cares about it. We'll see. That is a very late Asika's Chariot, but I'm gonna take Dragon's Rage Channeler because it lets Frantic Search, Underworld Breach go infinite. This card is insane. I don't know why it's going so late, but this card in particular with our deck lets us fill our graveyard very quickly. Did I mention this is for Tinker? If we get a Tinker, I would probably play it here. Brain Freeze didn't, or Brainstorm didn't wheel, so someone else is definitely drafting blue. Maybe. Miscalc wheeled. Okay, Cabal Ritual. I really wish this card was anything else. Yeah, someone took Narset as well. This is my biggest issue with drafting blue is every time someone like cuts you off, no matter how open it seems like it should be. Not that this deck really needs Narset, but we do want some more like Ponder, Preordain. The Brainstorm would have been nice. Just cheap cantrips to go with Treasure Cruise, Channeler, that kind of thing. The Bauble would have been good. Ooh, oh wow. We get a whole nother pack. Mox Sapphire, Bazaar of Baghdad. Urza's Saga is okay. Almost certainly got to be a Mox Sapphire here. That just can make us one turn faster. I would almost certainly play Bazaar of Baghdad in this deck, but it might wheel. And if it doesn't, I'm not too mad about it. We get a Mox. There's another Bauble. Bauble very good with Vivi. It just helps us dig through our deck, puts cards in our graveyard. Good with Dragon's Rage Channeler. Spellbomb gives us interaction, but I think Spellbomb has the likelihood of coming around. I'm gonna take the Bauble here. Yeah, there's LED. Okay, there's LED. Faithless Looting. Mox Opal is almost on the table now, but we'll take LED because we have the full combo now. That's a lot of zeros as well. I almost think we could play Kappa Cannoneer and maybe Forensic. Like this is so many 0 mana artifacts. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, investigate. I have 4 zeros and a mana vault. This is like the suspicious pile. Okay, we get Expressive Iteration. Yawgmoth's Will tends to be like almost actively bad in these types of decks because the goal of the deck is to play one card a lot of times, not a lot of cards. Expressive Iteration is just sort of the perfect card draw card for this deck. It's not technically card draw, so it can help us get out of if the opponent has Shieldred, Narset, Bowmasters, that kind of thing. I'll take it here. Saheeli does give us even more artifacts. That's interesting. Phantasmal Image. Not a lot of creatures in this deck to copy. I think Saheeli gives us a decent plan B. Especially if we're doing this stuff. Which I'm still not sure that we are. Right now this looks much more powerful. We have a lot of turn 2 kill possibilities. We actually have a turn 1 kill possibility if you go land Mox Sapphire, Underworld Breach, play LED, crack it, discard Brain Freeze, and then escape Brain Freeze on yourself. I think if you had 7 cards, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're on the draw, I think it is possible. Wooded Foothills versus Subtlety. Foothills grabs Steam Vents, and it puts another card into our graveyard, so overall perfect for us. Then we get Trinket Mage can grab one of our zeros. Otherwise, Ketria Triome. Gives us another duel that we can fetch. Because right now we only have one. But maybe I only need one. I guess this can also grab Mana Vault. It grabs LED, which is really important for the combo too. I'll take a Trinket Mage. I normally don't like this card, but it seems kind of awesome here. Okay, wow. Malcolm, Dakfade, and Urza Suplex. Suplex is incredible removal. I currently have 2 decent removal spells. Dak Faden can help us just get through our deck so quickly. Urza's nice if I do want to go this route, but I think the Dak Faden route is actually just stronger. So we'll take that. Rogran Triumph. Maybe take a Karn. Or Carnage Interpreter. I don't really know what the direction of this deck needs to go. I don't have any green for Tamio. She could be really nice. I have the 1 Waterlogged Grove. I'm going to take Karn. I think I have a sideboard artifacts plan here. Ether Spellbomb, Sink into Stupor. I do like this card. Spellbomb is quite nice as interaction, but so is Sink into Stupor. I'm going to take this. We wield the Faithless Looting. There's also Astrologian's Planisphere. And a Metamorphose too. I think for this deck, Faithless Looting is kind of perfect. Take the Mastermind. We're fairly all in on breaching, but I think that's where this deck wants to be. A lot of discard makes playing things like Mind Collapse, Pyrokinesis not that much of a cost. We will Sparbluff Canal. I maybe would consider Fastbond, but we have so many zeros and no green mana that I don't think it's that big of a deal. That's a land. We're a little bit short on playables. Like 1 card short on playables. But this deck is looking very nice. Alright, lands over here. The fixing is incredible. This is also a land. This is 23 playables, but this is a land. Do I just take Fairy Mastermind? It's more card draw? Or do I take like Kappa Cannoneer for the hope that we can kill someone with it? I don't think that's likely. Gadgeteer's interesting. I have a bunch of zeros, but not that many. I guess it will be... I could also be Karn. Karn's good top end here. Turn 2. I only have like 1 counter spell. The rest of the deck is just digging. This Mana Vault is looking somewhat awkward. I think I'm going to Fairy Mastermind because I have Dak Faden. Final decision. 17 lands. Feels alright. The mana is excellent in this deck. Finally. Mostly blue, red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that seems great. Alright, that is the deck. I will see you all round 1. Oh, right, we're playing against Puxelli? Something like that. So our opponent got like have fun. Going first. This deck loves to be on the play. This hand... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands is a lot. We could do better. Like this. It's quite good. I'm gonna keep this. I think I want to ditch Waterlogged Grove. It's gonna be Steam Vents. Yeah, let's ditch this. And I can play a turn 1 Thundertrap Trainer. That seems probably where I want to be. And I'm gonna fetch Steam Vents off Flooded Strand. Get that. Play this. Man, the Mox is crazy. It's so good. Okay. Opponent's not responding, so let's play this dude. I could wait to Offspring, but it's quite a ways away. So we're looking for a Stock Up, Treasure Cruise, Brain Freeze is not terrible. Tells them what we're doing. But now we're basic. If we find Underworld Breach, we can just win. Guide of Souls. Scary. But it's not turn 1 Ocelot Pride. Which I guess doesn't matter to this dude anyway. Mind Collapse. So I can kill that. I don't feel the need. Let me fetch to thin my deck. Grab a mountain. Let's start with a Consider. Graveyard that. There's LED. Let's Faithless Looting. Mana Vault. Let me discard. At this point, I don't think I need a Mana Vault. And I can put LED into the graveyard because with Underworld Breach, it doesn't really matter. And then I can flash back anything. I'm not going to Mind Collapse a single Guide of Souls. This is turn 2, by the way. Okay, opponent has Fear of Missing Out. So far I have plenty of time to kill them. This is a pretty slow start, all things considered. Discard Sarah Paragon makes a lot of sense. Okay. Vivi or Nidier. Do I want to wait? I guess this thing blocks okay. Would play Vivi. I can Mind Collapse the Fear of Missing Out now. That way I get one Vivi counter. I don't know how much that actually matters. And then I'm holding... I guess I can discard Brain Freeze next turn. Basically, I'm holding this because I don't think I need anything else. But I could Mind Collapse and then Frantic Search. I think we're just going to hang tight. Two good blockers. Okay, Flage kills Vivi. Every time I play this dang card, it just dies. I know it can be better. That is my personal experience with it. You can only do this during your turn, by the way, for free. Okay, they can pay 3. I'll take 2 here. Allow me to Frantic Search. Or Faithless Looting. Expressive Iteration is great. Let me discard Mountain. I don't think I need Brain Freeze in my hand. I'm going to discard these 2. And I'm going to play the Waterlogged Grove. I can Mind Collapse the Fear of Missing Out, but then they can jump the Guide of Souls. I'm at 14. Killing Guide of Souls basically prevents them from jumping a Fear of Missing Out. I think I will do that. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to do that the turn before, so that Vivi was still alive. Okay, we are halfway through our deck. Looking for literally just Underworld Breach. Opponent's attacking for 2. I will take 2. Okay, Giver of Runes, not that scary. So they would have hit me for 4 in the air if I didn't Mind Collapse. I guess I could have... No, because I had used my mana. I was going to say I could hold up with 4 mana, wait for them to target, and then Mind Collapse, but that's really, really slow. Opponent's 3 mana available. Let's go red-blue. Expressive Iteration. Okay, I'm going to put Stock up in my hand. Bottom Spire Bluff Canal. I could Occult Epiphany for 1. That does give me a blocker, I guess. Played this. Played this. I need blue. Treasure Cruise is in fact fantastic here. Little bit ominous to be discarding a bauble in this spot for the opponent, I think. Emptiness. So they're getting back a creature from their graveyard to the battlefield, which feels like it's going to be Guide of Souls. I don't know if it works with Flage. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Death Greeter's Champion. Okay, good thing I got a flyer. Holy cow. That would have been really bad. Oh, wait, am I dead? No, I'm not dead. This isn't cast with dash. 3, 5. I go to 1. Is that correct? They only have 1 card. Oh, they gave it protection from white pre-combat opponent. No, you can't do this. Guide of Souls can't target it, I don't think. Oh, poor opponent. Wait, what? I actually don't know. They just paid it, but it didn't work. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure to pro white. I don't know how they were able to pay the energy though. Oh, sorry. I missed all this. Thought you would still be losing with blue. Now I get to lose for it. And I missed the protection. Yeah. I still wasn't dead, but I would have much less time right now without that. Let's go Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All lands. Love to see it, I guess. Let's go Island. Stock up. Try and hit a Pyrokinesis here. Let's grab... Wow, we've seen almost our entire deck. Can't play Dark Fate in this turn. I think putting Jason on the bottom makes sense to me. I'll just grab Miscalc and Lotus Petal, because I can at least cycle the Miscalc. In fact, I can play Miscalc if something really scary, like a Glorybringer comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I've literally... This is my last turn. I give this pro white. This one's actually more damage. I have one card in hand. All right, deck, come on. I believe in you. Underworld Breach. Whew, the last card. I guess we'll play around, I don't know. This. Breach. Brain Freeze. Okay. Oh, I had to dig through so many cards to get there. All right, playing against red. Saheeli can buy me some time. In general, this is a very rough matchup. My deck is quite all in. I just have a lot of mana. Can I do better? Like, is Karn something? I have Pyrokinesis Mind Collapse as my only removal. I think I'm better off just as an all-in combo deck. So I would have died, I think, if they had sequenced correctly, because I'd have been at 1. And I took like 5 damage the next turn. And now I'm on the draw and I don't have power, so things are looking not great for me. Sheldock Isle, what do you got? I think I'm gonna take Mind Collapse. With Dark Vaden, I can probably get through most of my deck pretty quick here. Bolt my face. Love to see that with a VV in play. We're gonna fetch a tapped Steam Vents most likely turn 2. Turn 3, probably Trinket Mage for a Mox, and then VV Mox right away. Yeah. Fetch a tap land. Take some damage. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Might be too fast. If I can get my deck down, I can Mind Collapse something, but it's probably not good enough. We'll see. The Mox should be quite helpful. Fairy Mastermind also would have been nice last turn, but let's go Mox or Mountain. Trinket Mage. Do I need a Mox Sapphire, or would I prefer to have Lion's Eye Diamond? Because then, or like a Mishra's Bauble to fill my graveyard? If I have VV, I don't know if I need mana, actually. Although I can go VV, land, Mox, Dak, Faden. That's the play next turn. Yeah, that seems great, actually. Please don't be tokens. It's not flying. They dash it though, so it's gonna have double strike next turn too. And flying. I think I'm just dead if I can't get my deck low enough. Because next turn this is gonna be able to jump something. So they want to put it on the... It's kind of weird to put it on the champion, I guess. But it does hit for the most damage. Okay. I will chump. Take 6. Yeah, the dash is pretty brutal. We hit LED. So I can chump with the Fairy Mastermind now. Let's go Mountain. Yeah, I can double chump this turn. VV. VV into Mox. LED. I just have to Fairy Mastermind, right? I could play Dark Faden, but then I'm dead. This thing is going to be a 4 power double striker, which will just kill my VV. If I get mana, play Dark Faden. That doesn't work. Yeah, we're chump blocking with both creatures, I think. Oh, no, because they're gonna give Guide of Souls flying. So I chump with Fairy Mastermind. Vivi can block the double striking thing. And then I have, like, not a lot of hope. I guess they could... Oh, they could give Luminarch Aspirant flying double strike, and then it would be 2/3, that's 6 power in the air. But then I'm not dead. And now opponent has a choice. Do they play around Miscalc, which they've seen? I think you just gotta go for it. We'll see, though. They're thinking for a while, which, like, they probably have... This is... Oh, don't like that. Okay. I can steal it, though, with Dak Faden. They're just gonna make it big, and then give it flying. That's 6 damage. I think... If I chump block now... They're gonna have 3 attackers if they dash the Death Greeter's champion next turn. If I chump block now, I'm still dead to that next turn. if I wait, Guide of Souls is gonna have flying. I can then chump block next turn. Take 6 here and go to 2. They could also just have burn. I think I'm just gonna chump block. I'm not gonna win if I wait another turn anyway, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win if I wait another turn. So we'll just chump here. If I draw a miscalc for the Death Greeters champion, I also have a shot at winning. Or surviving anyway. There's Breach. Okay. Let's go Deck Faden. Yeah, they have Lion Sash, which is really annoying. Deck Faden, start there. I can steal the Lion Sash, but I think I'm better off just drawing and discarding here. Draw a Cult Epiphany and a Lotus Petal. Let me discard. Yeah, Mind Collapse isn't enough to kill Guide of Souls. A Cult Epiphany can chump block another turn, though, actually. But they're gonna eat my whole graveyard. That might be the play, though. I can Occult Epiphany for a ton with Vivi. If I discard Lotus Petal Waterlogged Grove, activate Vivi for 3. Play this. Draw 2, discard 2. So, Thundertrap Trainer can help me find Brain Freeze. Treasure Cruise I almost certainly want here. I don't know that I need this Flooded Strand. Although Mind Collapse would be quite nice to have. Maybe I don't need Thundertrap Trainer or Flooded Strand. I get 2 flyers here. And then I have Mind Collapse actually not at the ready yet. I might have messed up. Okay. I don't have Mind Collapse at the ready, so I'm going to Treasure Cruise and try and hit a land for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Vivi gets bigger. Land. I can kill them next turn. Can I survive until that point is the question. If I had cracked LED, I would have won. I don't, maybe not. But I think I don't know if Lion Sash stops it, but I'm pretty sure I could just deck Fade in the Lion Sash or Mind Collapse the Lion Sash and then kill them that way. I can also technically activate this using LED if I really, really needed to. Because, I mean, Vivi is getting big enough where it could kill them. Alright, what do you got, opponent? Okay, nothing pre-combat. I'm probably surviving this turn. Guide of Souls also isn't currently lethal, but I will block because they could have, like, a single burn spell. They're attacking that dude. Okay, I will block with a Spirit here. Okay. Man, I'm winning this. That's really surprising, actually. I think opponent not going for lethal on that one turn probably gave me enough time to survive. The Occult Epiphany was also really good at getting blockers and stuff. They have Lion Sash up. I think I could just steal this thing. Then I can go Expressive Iteration. 1 in my hand. Bottom exile. Play it. Hold control. Don't need that much blue. Let's play Mana Vault. Vivi's huge. You know what? Vivi's doing good stuff. I'll take it back, Vivi. Play Underworld Breach. And I have Miscalc to counter anything they might have here. And I guess I can respond to this with a Brain Freeze on myself. So I'm milling myself for 12. That's enough. Then I'll mill them for the rest. I'm going to activate Vivi here. Add a ton of blue. You had it. GG. That deck was really good play. GG's. I guess I will Brain Freeze myself here. Okay. Whew. Love to beat Boros with the combo deck. See you guys next round. Alright, we're playing against Thado Pest X. Let's go first. Faithless Looting, Vivi, Shelldock. Yeah. On the draw, never keeping this. On the play, sure. Not mad about it. Turn 1 Shelldock is really, really powerful. And then, I don't know the order necessarily. Hopefully I draw something to play turn 2, but... Because, like, Vivi do nothing, then Faithless Looting is ridiculously slow. I guess I could just flash back Faithless Looting That seems fine. Good luck, have fun. Uh, frantic search. If I dig that deep, this lets me dig deeper. It's also 0 mana, right? Because this is blue plus blue. 0 mana, 0 cards. That's terrifying. Mox Sapphire. Okay. Given that, I'm just gonna play Vivi. If I die, I die. They can't fatal push it. Next turn I can go Faithless Looting, Flashback Faithless Looting. Don't really mind the Hymn to Torok in this spot. Grim Monolith is also fine if I can find a Dak Faden. That would be so good. I guess they would tap in response. But boy, would it be good. Okay, let's go Mountain, Dragon's Rage Channeler, then Faithless Looting. I can still Dak Faden. Graveyard that. Draw 2, discard 2. Don't want this. Lotus Petal at least lets me surveil / growing the Vivi. And this one I can crack for a card draw. So let's discard these two. Then I'm going to flashback Faithless Looting here. Add red. Grow Vivi, surveil. I don't think I need a Brain Freeze. Okay, I do like Bauble and Expressive Iteration. I will keep those two. This amount of dig is absurd, by the way. Vivi's going crazy. Graveyard that. And I want to activate Bauble on their turn in case they have like Hymn to Torok or something like that. Yeah, Channeler is an insane amount of dig. This card is quite powerful. I can't believe I still don't have Delirium. What are you drawing? Mirror Battlesphere. Okay, that's a little bit encouraging. They're playing some type of like reanimate deck. Battlesphere is not scary. So hopefully they just cast that or something. Like Mox, Mirror Battlesphere. Monic Tutor. Okay, so whatever they want they can have. Iron Shield Elf. Strange. Discard Archon. Okay, and then they reanimate Archon. I lose Expressive Iteration. I guess that is a reason to want to draw off Bauble pre-combat or something. Ooh, Shellgrave Metamorphosis Fanatic. Or reanimate. You got it. Down to 8. So I lose Expressive Iteration. I'm probably just dead, to be honest. If I had one more card in hand, this would be much better. But no, I'm screwed. But I have a lot of... Oh, I did 2 draw steps here. And I draw Treasure Cruise, so I think we're fine. Never mind. Life is easy. I guess I will thin my deck. Fetch an island here. Treasure Cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. EV gets bigger. What an insane top deck. Pyrokinesis. Not the best one. Let's go consider. Fairy Mastermind can block Archon, but I think we're just digging to Underworld Breach. Do I survive one attack? I do if I Pyrokinesis, but they can give this indestructible, but I can do it oh, I could just kill this thing. I do survive one attack. I can play Fairy Mastermind though, and then with the Archon trick I can draw 2, but it's pretty likely they could just have removal spell attack and then I just die, so we're just going to keep digging. Wooded Foothills. Let me cast this. EV gets bigger. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, and Sink into Stupor. Both good ones. I have 4 lands. Let's discard the 2 lands here. Untap. Untap. 3? It's mana positive. Let's go, dude. Okay. I can hard cast Pyrokinesis on Metamorphosis Fanatic using Vivi mana. Vivi gets bigger. Wait, I'm killing them here. This is lethal. Is Vivi the best card ever printed? Potentially. This is actually lethal. Holy cow. Love that for me. Okay. I'm a VV convert. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spoke against this card. I'm sorry I spoke ill of you, VV. You're back. You're back in it. That was really good. That was that was powerful. Reanimator. Racing still is the best option that I have. So let's just run it. A little bit of interaction and a VV and a dream. This hand again, turn 1 Shelldock I think is powerful enough. Turn 1 Shelldock, turn 2 Mana Vault, turn 3 Blip. Keep this hand. We're on the draw. Not necessarily ideal. Steam Vents is not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna lean on Shelldock. Brain Freeze, Jace, Thunder Trap. So if I do this, Brain Freeze will be on the bottom. I'm gonna take Thunder Trap because I can reshuffle the Brain Freeze. Okay, Voidwalker, we can Mind Collapse. And draw the Steam Vents. So let's go Mana Vault. Steam Vents tapped. I'm not going to put this into my graveyard just yet. Go ahead. I can hardcast Mind Collapse on the Voidwalker next turn. Take 3. Iron Shield Elf is a little bit scary, but not the end of the world. Okay, let's do this now. And it does get exiled, that's unfortunate. We're gonna go Wooded Foothills and probably consider. Opponent has Troll. Okay, it's not a Vampiric Tutor. And this costs 4 to untap, so I can't currently do it. In fact, I don't know if I really care to do it. They keep on top. I don't like that. Could be like an Inquisition though. Take 3. Okay, let me fetch and then consider. I'm at 13, which is actually quite low. Miscalc. I will put that on top. I feel like I can counter something important from their deck. I'm taking 3 a turn though, which is a lot. Take a damage. Let me... Impressive Iteration. Okay, I'm gonna put VV into my hand. The problem is Trinket Mage would actually be nice here. VV goes in hand. Oh, is it Trinket Mage that I'm supposed to take? I have a lot of things that discard, so we're gonna go VV in hand, Trinket Mage on the bottom, Exile Mountain. Just play the Mountain. Yeah, because if I draw Frantic Search, Faithless Looting, I'm gonna want these islands in play to discard. Then I have Miscalc for whatever they have, hopefully. Take 3 as well. Fortunately, VV can get big enough to block this. 1, 2, 3. So I can go VV and hold up Counterspell. Liliana is actually not great, but not terrible because she does give me stuff in my graveyard, but she can just Edict my VV. Discard a Mountain. One has 2 cards in hand. I'm not going to pay this one. Go land. I can play a VV and then they have to Edict it. I almost would prefer to just discard my Spirebluff Canal, but I guess this still lets me use my mana this turn, so I'll just play it out. Go ahead. We're at 8. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. They have 1 card left in hand. I don't really care about having VV, so sure. Great fodder to discard or be sacrificed. Uptick Liliana, we just discard Spirebluff Canal. And I'm probably just going to cycle Miscalc at end of turn. They're getting enough mana where this card is not good. Okay, discard Spirebluff. Yeah, they have 1 card in hand. I'm just going to cycle this. More islands. Great. I'm still going to leave this down. I have to untap it next turn. We draw a Brain Freeze. A Treasure Cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Treasure Cruise is online. Deck Fade In, Dragon's Rage, Channeler, Brain Freeze. Let's go Channeler, which can block. I want to play Deck Fade In, but I think I want 2 blockers here. So we'll just pass turn. They Edict the Channeler. I think this is where I react with this card. And I'm gonna grab, ooh, both good options. Stock up digs a little bit deeper, but Frantic Search is free. This digs 5, this only digs 2, right? So I take stock up here. And then I'm gonna sacrifice. I guess I should have waited. Thundertrap Trainer is yeah, better blocker here. Yeah, I should have just let it die and wait, because now sorcery speed removal gets me. This Manifold is actively hurting me though. I will block. More cards in my graveyard. Forces them to discard if they want to keep it alive. Okay, down to 4. So if I don't untap this, I can survive. I can't survive. They reanimate a troll. Okay, so I can't survive anyway, so we're just all in on this. There's Jace. I should hopefully be able to mill myself here. Go island. I guess we'll start with a stock up. There's Underworld Breach. I still need to find one more card. Pyrokinesis. So I have 4 mana. I can go Underworld Breach into Brain Freeze, and I need to hit Lion's Eye Diamond somewhere in there. And it's going to be Storm Count 1, 2, 3. So I could mill myself for 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4 are on the bottom. So, and 2 are going to be gone. So 6 are going to be gone. So unless it's literally the last card in my deck, we're fine. Okay. Yeah, unless it's literally the last card in my deck, we're okay. We go Island, Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze myself. There it is. And then I think I'm just going to go for the Jace win because that's easier. Cast LED, getting rid of Treasure Cruise, Dragon's Rage Channeler, stock up. Stack this for blue. Then I'm going to Brain Freeze myself. Exiling Island, land, land. Target myself again, and then them with the rest. I guess I didn't need to show them my whole deck, but whatever. Okay. Wait, was that game 2? Did I win the match? Okay, we're in the finals. I thought that was game 1. See you in the finals. All right, we're in the finals. We haven't dropped a game, and we're on the play. Let's go. And this hand is incredible. They have Lutri. I'm going to keep this hand. This Mox is pulling so much work right now. So it's going to be turn 1 Thundertrap Trainer, turn 2 Expressive Iteration, most likely. Go Canal, Mox. Our opponent's good luck, have fun. Play the trainer. Okay. Dak Faden seems quite good right about now. I will play a turn 2 Dak Faden. No, don't you dare Thoughtseize my Dak Faden. Okay, not a Dak Faden. Although it's gonna just kill my Dak Faden, maybe. I don't like that. It's not gonna get up to 4. There's no way. I don't believe. I'm not a Moonshadow believer, at least right now. If this was constructed, I would be terrified. But it's not, so we're just gonna Dak Faden ourselves. Brain Freeze is nice, but I don't... I could set up a Jace kill, but I think I'm going to ditch Brain Freeze. And I only have 1 red source, so I'm going to ditch... If they strip mine my mountain, I'm going to want to keep the mountain. I'm going to ditch Island here. Go ahead. This has Menace, so I'm never blocking. They could dash a Ragavan, though. I'm not going to kill them with damage, most likely. Okay. When this enters, and at the beginning... Oh! This triggers when it enters, too. Okay, that's actually way better than I thought it was. They get a clue. And this is permanence, which I think does trigger the Moonshadow. I get to steal their clue, though, so that's something. This has Menace, so I can't block. Let me... There's a couple directions I can go. I can steal their clue. I could steal their Mox. They missed a land drop. Wait. Yeah. Steal your Mox. Then we just hold up Sink into Stupor and bounce the Moonshadow to keep Dak Faden alive? Or do I just let Dak Faden die and just get Jace in play? Brain Freeze is in the graveyard, so Jace is much less likely to win. And if I mill over Underworld Breach, I'm going to have a really hard time winning this game. But I can get so far ahead in cards. I think I want to sink into Stupor here. And I will attack them for 1. They get a permanent. Did you draw a land? You did. You crack a clue. You do. Okay, you know what? This card seems good. It makes a clue when it enters as well. That seems not half bad. And clues, I guess, don't trigger this, which is what I've learned. Bounce the Moon Shadow, so that's like double Time Walk. They have Force of Will. Never mind. Things are looking a little bit scarier. I should have just done this earlier. So Deck Fade and dies. Force of Will. Wow. Miscalc will be very helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could play Jace with Miscalc. That's a very good use of my mana, but I think I like Expressive Iteration a little bit better. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. And I guess I will just Frantic Search. So Stock Up goes in hand. Bottom, exile. Frantic Search. You have Force of Negation too? They've got to have Force of Negation too. Wow, turn 1 Moonshadow Swamp and a Force of Will Force of Negation deck is not what I was expecting. That's a Pyrokinesis, which will be very good. Let's discard Mountain. At this point, I don't think I need Jace. And I will play this Mountain. Attack them for 1. So if they go Fetch, Crack a Clue, this can become 4/4. Him to Torok me. I will counter that. It would have been pretty good. Yeah, they hold it back. So now I can Pyrokinesis the Moon Shadow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I just tap out for that? I think I just tap out for Stock Up. Underworld Breach and I win, so unless they have Force of Negation, which would be insane from a Him to Torok 2 Swamp deck. And it kind of feels like they have it because they're pausing on everything. Okay, they let it resolve. Shelldog Isle actually seems pretty good because it's just 1 card from the top. Let's go Shelldog VV. Then Shelldog gets me anything I want next turn. What did they pitch to Force of Will? Ponder. Okay. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot more about their deck when I start brain freezing them. Okay, they don't have... Well, they're not pausing more on my spells than anything else. They're just pausing a lot in general. So it's not like they're considering Force of Negation stuff. Because you can't Force of Negation a Shelldog Isle. So they must just be like doing something else too. And we get Treasure Cruise. That seems pretty great. I'm just going to play out the VV. I was considering holding it to have up Pyrokinesis. They're not going to do 19 damage in 1 turn. So I don't think I need Pyrokinesis here. And the VV saves me so much mana next turn. Plus, it could be actually a clock against my opponent because they're losing 1 life every turn. Delphi Voidwalker. Okay, and Pyrokinesis is going to go crazy here. Well, that backfired. Good sequencing for them. Pyrokinesis would have been so good. If I just waited on VV, I would pitch kill those. They would have nothing in play. I do have a VV in play, though, with Treasure Cruise, so it's probably fine. And they can cast Pyrokinesis next turn for free. And anything that would enter a graveyard gets exiled. Let's see. Deck Faden's gone. I guess I have a few more things. Let me Treasure Cruise. That's not a bad card to hide, though. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Okay, then we will Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting costs 0 mana with VV out, so we might as well. Discard Wooded Foothills and Lotus Petal. Although I could just play a bunch of things and attack with a VV. They can crack clues to go in on Delphi Voidwalker, but that's kind of suspicious. Yeah, I guess I can just threaten them with flyers and not worry too much about anything else. Then I can go Lotus Petal. VV gets bigger. Cult Epiphany. VV gets bigger. Guess we're just gonna like move in here. Let's just use VV's mana here to Occult Epiphany for 4. Discard Mountain. I think everything I can hit off Trinket Mage is gone. And Lion's Eye Diamond doesn't really help me. I get 3 flying spirits. I can bauble. Eevee's even scarier. They go to 6. They effectively have to chump block here. And then I have Fairy Mastermind, Mishra's Bauble. And then Underworld Breach at some point can get back Jace the Minds, Jace Wielder of Mysteries. This can get back a lot of things, but none of them are game ending. We'll see what they have. Pyrokinesis on the spirits, maybe? Yeah, Pyrokinesis on all of those. Seems okay. Twilight Diviner. Whenever creature enters from the graveyard, get copies of it. Okay, you're down to 5. They put Forsaken Miner into the graveyard, so they can make a bunch of token copies of that. Okay, see what's on top of your deck. Sheldock Isle, sick. So they have to chump block here. Okay. Well, Vivi just took that down fair and square. Yeah, scared of their deck for sure. Part of me is wondering if this is a Kappa Cannoneer matchup. Like Kappa Cannoneer Karn. Their deck it looks good. But mostly I guess they just had Force of Will and then stuck on lands for like 100 turns. I'm also scared of Voidwalker disrupting the combo. I do have a decent amount of removal and interaction. We could just bring in a Saheeli. Saheeli, Kappa Cannoneer in, take out. I don't really know what this Mana Vault actually does for us. It's fine. Maybe on the draw it's better. Turn 2 Vivi. I guess with Saheeli also Mana Vault's not terrible. Then what do I even cut though is the problem. Because Kappa Cannoneer is virtually unkillable. So this gives me a late game play. I guess we take Trinket Mage. And Undertrap Trainer, Miscalc, Fairy Mastermind, Brain Freeze. The Fairy doesn't seem particular. I know it won that game, but we're bringing Kappa Cannoneer as our threat. I'm wondering if I want a Karn as well. That just lets us be very aggressive, and we have multiple directions to go. Karn instead of Jace. That feels good. Because if they go turn 1 Thoughtseize, Underworld Breach, I just die currently. Like the way my deck is configured. So I don't want to die to that. Or if they have a Voidwalker that I'm unable to kill, I also die. Like here. If they go turn 1 Thoughtseize, I would lose the game on the spot previously. Ooh. Okay. I can play turn 1 Consider, but I'm in that weird spot where I'm kind of okay drawing lands and spells, although I could dig really aggressively to find Brain Freeze. I'd rather see what they're doing turn 2. Because if they play Voidwalker or something, I don't want to mill. You know, I'd rather save that for Saheeli, something like that. Baleful Strike's not that bad. Okay. We're kind of close to actually killing them here. 2 or fewer other lands. So I can go Prismatic Vista. Pass turn. We also know about a Force of Will from them. Very different. I see you sided in Islands game. I don't know if that's rude or not. I mean it jokingly. So they trade Baleful Strix for more cards. Let's fetch for an island. I could kill them right here. I mean, Force of Will would get me, but Mox Sapphire seems awesome. Saheeli comes down very strong. Let's go Spirebluff Canal, Saheeli. Sideboard plan looking really strong right about now. Play a Mox. Play an LED. Last turn. And then Karn can start making Karn structs, or I can try and Frantic Search into the kill next turn. We'll see. And they're not going to sack something. Saheeli taking 3. Let's Creeping Tar Pit kill it. So I will chump block 1 time. But also, next turn I can turn a Servo into a Mox. Get some mana that way. And I lose 1 life. Sephiroth seems really sick. Wooded Foothills. I know. Sorry, they said they had the islands in the whole time. I'm like, yeah, they just got really screwed. I guess it's rude to comment on that. They could have counter magic. 1, 2. If I tap for Frantic Search, Here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I could Underworld Breach. Not that good. I guess I don't mind if they counter Frantic Search. They mana leak it. I could have played around that actually. But I still get a servo. Now I can play the land and attack them for 1. Next turn I can play Karn around mana leak if I really want to like turn Mox Sapphire into a servo into Mox Sapphire or something. Cut down the thing. Sephiroth hurts me. Okay, so Healy goes to 2. So I can't no longer play Karn around Mana Leak, but they already used Mana Leak, so I guess that's fine. Dark Confidant. That's a good card. Alright, where's my Pyrokinesis? Thinner deck. That's not a Pyrokinesis. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could put it on Miscalc. Play Karn. The Healy makes a servo. Their deck looks completely different. This is a pretty tough matchup because they appear to be a very strong control deck, and I'm a lowly combo deck. But I have been baiting a lot of counter magic so that Underworld Breach can hopefully resolve. Counterspell the Karn. You got it. So they have Force of Will, Mana Leak, Counterspell that we know of. Thoughtseize would be pretty devastating. I might sideboard even more into artifacts here, we'll see. Okay, they kill Saheeli. Still holding up double blue. I would be very surprised if they had even more counter magic. What did Dark Confidant reveal? Brazen Borrower. Okay. I'm gonna take 2. I'm gonna take some damage here. Chump blocking doesn't really prevent that much. Impressive Iteration is very good. There's Brain Freeze, Underworld Breach, VV. They can Brazen Borrower, Underworld Breach. So, let me think about this. I put Brain Freeze in my hand so they don't know about it. This on the bottom. Exile VV. How do I do this? Can I beat Force of Will in this spot? I don't know that I can. So, I probably just go Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze. Just hope they don't have it. I think that's the play. Mountain. Hold can play Underworld Breach. That resolves. Brain Freeze myself. You can bounce Underworld Breach to my hand, but I can replay it. So they do that. In response, I'm going to crack LED for red. Then it goes back to my hand. Target myself twice and target them 1 time. I would have needed to bounce it after you crack the LED. I think LED discards like as an extra cost. Not sure to do it. Play Breach. They have Force of Will, they have Force of Will, otherwise they lose. They're asking if there's no trigger for them to respond to. Don't believe so. Hey, a clean trophy, not a single loss. That's what happens when you play blue. I've been saying it. Blue's the best color. No, I'm just kidding. Blue is good when you're playing combo like this. VV overperformed a lot in this deck. VV did good work. I'm a VV believer now. I don't think it's like the best card in the queue, but it's definitely not bottom 50 for me anymore. I've seen the power in this. And then I think one of my opponents last league was playing VV2 and it looked pretty good. So I'm on board with that. But you know, what else is there to say? Breach, Brain Freeze, kind of busted when you build it correctly. Thanks for watching. See you next time.